Morning, everybody. More to Life Outdoors here. I'm Robert.
I'm Michelle.
We're at the West Fork Trailhead, doing what we've started kind of being our annual thing. We're doing our annual anniversary hike. Tomorrow will actually be our 26th wedding anniversary. This year we're only doing an overnight trip though. Unfortunately, with our responsibilities with the dredge this summer, it's about all we could spare. Should be a good hike though. We're heading to Crimson Lake, which from here at the trailhead, according to the map, about 9.5 miles to get up in there. And we're gonna have some pretty decent elevation gain, about 2,000 foot elevation gain. We've actually already hiked a little over half a mile because we hiked to the trailhead from our campground actually. So that's where our hike actually started from. But wanted to film here at the trailhead. Today's weather, sketchy. Have about a 15% chance of getting wet today. So come on along, should be a great adventure. And as always, please like, share, comment, and of course subscribe if you haven't already done it. It is free, but it definitely helps us out. Anything to add, hon?
Well, it's gonna be a good hike. It's nice weather. I mean, we might get a few drops of rain. I don't know if you can see in the distance there are clouds back there, but the sun's just coming up, so maybe some of it'll burn off. But yeah, it's nice and cool right now, which is the way I like it. So.
Yeah, as when we left our trailer, it showed 47 degrees this morning. So, but it's supposed to warm up.
All right, let's get on the trail.
Let's hit it. We're about a half mile in from the trailhead. First little bit of uphill working on right now. Of course, down below there, that is the beautiful West Fork. Hopefully it doesn't rain. I mean, if it does, of course, we got our gear, but it's just not always fun to hike in the rain. Well, it has started to rain, so we've put our ponchos on to try and keep us dry and keep our packs dry. And so, yes, Michelle is the Hunchback of Notre Dame now. Say hi, honey.
I look ridiculous.
But you'll stay dry.
Hopefully this blows over soon, because I can actually see a sky over in the distance. And we can get out of this ridiculous getup.
One of these days, maybe we'll get the rain covers and get some lightweight rain gear. We have some really good rain gear. It's just a little heavy for backpacking. For day hikes, it's awesome. But right now, this is what we got. It's nice and lightweight, and at least does the job. Still working our way along the West Fork here. Again, lightly raining. But we got to go up and around that point there to the right of that. And after that, we'll actually drop down and then follow pretty much along the West Fork River for a long ways. All right, we just crested that rise there. Like I had mentioned before, we're gonna be dropping down there, and then for about the next 5.5 miles, it'll be a gradual gain in elevation. And then like the last, I don't know, 2 miles or so is going to be a pretty good stretch of a gain of a little over 1,000 foot elevation to actually get to Crimson Lake. But still got our rain ponchos on. Looks like it's starting to break up. We were talking about when we get down to the bottom here that we'll probably drop the ponchos because it's a little stuffy wearing the ponchos.
It's slippery coming down that hill.
Decomposed granite. And look, the sun's trying to come out. And I think we're getting ready to cross a creek up here. And when we get on the other side of the creek, we'll drop these ponchos. Seeing more blue sky. Alright, ponchos have been shed. Sun's trying to peek out behind us there. Can I get it? Ooh. And then of course this way, we got blue skies ahead of us. See the sun kind of lighting up a peak back there. Of course we're going this way up the canyon, but at least we have blue skies, at least for now.
Very happy to get that stupid poncho off for sure.
Tell us how you really feel, honey.
I just did.
Now, in case you hadn't noticed, Michelle brought up a good point that I should mention that a burn came through here a number of years ago. So that's what we're working our way through right now. We do eventually, at least where we're heading, we'll get beyond this burn. But fortunately these fires are devastating, and I guess to add, if you can see the haze, actually doesn't look too bad so far this morning, but about, I don't know, 25, 30 miles to the north or to the south of us is a pretty good sized fire going right now. Last I saw is about 2,600 acres over by Redfish Lake. So hopefully they get that contained here pretty quick. Again, it's really close to Redfish. Redfish Lodge is shut down. All the campgrounds over that way are all been evacuated. We decided to come on this hike here, hoping that the air quality would be a little better. And right now it's just a little hazy. Don't really smell smoke here at least. But again, currently going through a burn. Don't know how well you can see it on the camera. I'll try and zoom in when we edit. But came across this doe and two fawns working their way across the hill up there above us. Well, the sun's coming out. There in the distance is Red Mountain. Where we're heading is actually on the other side there, Crimson Lake. Looks like we're seeing a lot more blue sky. The sun's trying to come out. So the next thing you know, we'll be complaining how hot it is. But that's the way it is. Beautiful rock formations. And then, speaking of beautiful, here comes my lovely wife. Nice little view of the West Fork right here. this is the trail we've been working our way up. Just thought we'd share these rock formations. Kind of cool. And now gonna cut across this little boulder field, scree field, whatever you want to call it. Coming up to the bridge. So this bridge is crossing over Lightning Creek. Back there a little bit was a trail that forked off to the right, goes up to Lightning Lake, which up that way. Of course, we're continuing this way, and then the Lightning Creek goes down there a little ways and ties into the West Fork.
Hey everybody, it is really hot and humid now, and we are sweating like crazy. I don't know if you can see the sweat on my face. It's literally running down my face. Yay.
Popped out of the trees, we're back along the West Fork. It's like a nice, pretty little view. Looks like you're gonna drop down now and hike right along the West Fork. Oh, a bunch of yellow wildflowers. On both sides of the trail, little butterflies. Kind of cool. So there's a little beaver pond right here. We spotted it from the trail, which is, I don't know, maybe 100 feet behind me here. And we looked like we could see the beaver swimming through the pond. It was really hard to tell through the trees. So we stepped down here. See if we can get a view of it down here doing its thing. back up above the West Fork. And here's our trail we're getting ready to traverse. So it could be a little sketchy over there where part of the barrier's broken. So I'm not gonna film by crossing there. Actually, there's two spots the barrier's busted through. So won't film going across, but wanted to show you what we got. And then of course, there's Red Mountain still staring at us. Pioneer Cabin Creek Trail, Cabin Creek, and then of course the trail we just came down, West Fork Yankee Fork Trail. Bonanza Guard Station says it's 6 miles back behind us. Hindman Lake, 5 miles this way. I believe we are going this way. Cabin Creek. Take Cabin Creek Trail, and then we'll tie in and go up to go to Crimson Lake. So we're at Cabin Creek and we got to cross, and there's not a bridge at this one. All right, since I was unsuccessful crossing the log, Michelle has changed her shoes. Sorry about shaking the camera, I just got bit by a horsefly, sorry.
Oh, it feels good on my feet. Oh, it feels good.
She crossed in her Crocs because she wanted to keep her feet dry.
Now I gotta find a log to sit down on and put my shoes back on.
Some really pretty flowers along the trail. They look like wild orchids. There's lots of them. Look at all these up here. Lots and lots of them.
Meadow's really dry right now. Probably. There are a lot of flowers still in it though. But probably in the next couple of weeks those flowers are all going to be dried up too. Unless we get some rain.
Well, we knew the last couple of miles were going to be an ass kicker, but yeah, it's an ass kicker. We still got to go all the way up that way. We've come from all the way down there.
Can you see this? I'm sweating in my eyeball, and I drank Element mango chili lime or something like that.
Habanero.
And habanero chili lime. Yeah, it's hot, number one, but when you sweat it out and it runs in your eyeball, it really hurts badly.
So maybe that's better for a recovery drink rather than when you're still on the trail sweating your you know what off. Well, apparently we're officially entering the wilderness. So there's Red Mountain. We're now on the north side of it. Still working our way that way. Crimson Lake is somewhere up that way. And of course, earlier today, we were way over there. And also way down there. And now we're way up here. Still trying to make our way to Crimson Lake. Of course, we got some clouds coming in on us. We've been sprinkled on a few times. But hopefully we can make it to the lake and get set up before it really starts storming. This trail just keeps going up and up and up.
I'm picking some alpine huckleberries that are ripe right now. Let me show you.
Yummy yum.
They're really tiny, but they're good. We're gonna have to stop here on the way back down from the lake. Yummy. That's good stuff.
And just when you think no more up, it's time to go up again.
Yes, we made it. You can see the lake through the trees. Oh, yes.
It's been one heck of a day too. A lot more challenging than we thought it was going to be. After we get down here, we catch our breath, get the camp set up. We'll get with you and give you the details on this trek. But there's the lake. Well, we made it up to Crimson Lake. Threw up the tent really quick, heated up some water so we could eat, and then a storm came in and it's thundering. It's not really raining at the moment, it's been sprinkling,
Yeah.
but there's definitely thunder and the winds are crazy. So at least we got our meals made, our tents put up, the guy lines put out, but don't have sleeping pads inflated or anything else right now.
Yeah, we're just sitting on the ground basically. It's real comfortable. That is what I'm eating tonight. It is the Pro Pack by Mountain House, right?
Yep.
And it's Mexican style adobe rice and chicken. Ooh. I just saw a flash of lightning. Why can't I see mine?
And then I have got Backpacker's Pantry fettuccine alfredo.
It's actually pretty good.
So I'm gonna try and eat. Hopefully this storm will pass by and then we can finish setting up. But I don't know if you can hear that thunder rolling back there.
Yeah, I just saw a flash of lightning too.
So right now we're gonna eat and just try and relax. See if the storm will blow by. Stats is showing 13.2 miles and about 2440 in elevation gain. So very long day. Most of that elevation gain was literally the last 3 miles. So pretty tough. But now here's the rain.
Yeah, it was a butt kicker towards the end, and we were already tired because it was very hot and humid today because it rained this morning. and there was just like a lot of humidity in the air, and it was hot. And so, you know, we were kind of worn out by the time that we even got to the elevation part, and so it was kind of slow going for us to get up that elevation up to the lake. And it just kept going up and up and up and up and up, and we're just like, for the love of God, when is this going to stop? It kind of reminded me of our Mystery Lake hike, actually, which, you know, this is in the Frank Church Wilderness like the Mystery Lake was. So anyways, I really hope, yeah, the lightning kind of worries me.
All right, we're gonna eat.
Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful morning, July 25th, 2024, and we are at Crimson Lake. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning here. We kind of slept in because the thunderstorms last night just kept circling around and coming back. Everything's wet, so we're trying to let everything dry out before we take on out of here. But let me turn this around so you can see this beautiful little lake. It's Crimson Lake, and it is stunning. There's actually other people camped here. There's 2 other tents. There's sounds like a family because I can hear a child. But there's somebody camped across the lake too. So if you heard voices, that's who it was. But isn't this a stunning little lake? And we're gonna head back to where we're camped. What you doing, Robert?
I'm making Michelle another cup of coffee. That's what I'm doing.
And what is today?
Today is our 26th wedding anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. And yes, everyone, we are crazy. We do backpacking trips for our anniversary rather than some candlelight dinner.
Actually, I would prefer to be up here in the wilderness rather than a fancy restaurant. Anyways, that's my thing. So last night, it was kind of a race to get up here to get our tent set up and dinner ready before the storm hit. And man, was it a storm. The wind was howling. I thought it was gonna blow our tent away. But we had to blow up everything inside the tent because we just threw everything in there and jumped in there and ate dinner because it started pouring rain right after that.
Lightning.
But at least we got our dinner and our tent set up before it started, and there was lightning too. Like, yeah, there was lightning. Thankfully, it didn't strike anywhere near. I think it was a little bit further away, but you could hear the thunder and actually see the lightning. Anyways, we are getting ready to eat breakfast. What is for breakfast, Robert?
Michelle has spicy Southwest style skillet.
By Mountain House. I love that. It's very good.
And I have the Mountain House breakfast skillet.
Yum. All right, and I'm gonna have another cup of coffee because it's our anniversary and why not? But there's our tent. We had a really good view of the lake.
Everything's wet.
Everything's wet, so we'll let everything dry out a little bit.
We slept really well though. Thankfully, we have our good sleeping pads. I slept pretty well, except for some leg cramps, because it was a butt kicker getting up here, especially trying to race up here. Total elevation was over 2,400 foot, and about 1,400 feet of that was in about the last, 3 miles or so. So it was a butt kicker.
It was at the end of the day, the elevation gain, after we were already tired, because it was over 13 miles up here, and it was hot and humid, very hot and humid all day, and it kind of sucked the energy right out of us. But we made it up here, beautiful little lake, and yeah, I'm really glad we made this trek. But let me move it around and I'll show you the lake again through the trees. So this little creek is the outflow from Crimson Lake. There's a cute little waterfall right there.
So just wanted to show you real quick. This is where we were set up last night amongst that lovely storm, getting ready to head out. Last look here of this beautiful Crimson Lake. And again, it was a butt kicker getting up in here. Wish we could stay another day, but fortunately we have adult responsibilities back down the mountain.
Beautiful view behind us here. Last view of the lake. Really pretty lake. I'm really glad we did this hike. But really, I wish we had, at least one more day instead of just doing an overnight, because it's kind of a long hike for just an overnight. But really glad we did it, and it's our anniversary, so yay, happy anniversary to us.
Been married 26 years.
Been together 31 years though.
Yes, we have.
So anyways, we're gonna be heading back down the trail.
So we're gonna be heading back down the mountain, probably do some more videoing on our way down, and of course always more pictures, because things look different going downhill.
Well, we were
catch up with you soon.
We were trying to get up here too and beat the storm, because we knew there was a storm coming in, so we didn't video a lot, like coming up the last probably 2 miles. We didn't video a lot, so try and get some more video going down.
All right, time to hit the trail. It was much harder going up yesterday.
Like Robert said, way easier going down than going up that thing.
So this is one of the spots. Last night we had to race up this, and as you can see, it was not fun coming up, because it's not going to be any fun going down either.
This is why I like my trekking poles, because you can use them to stabilize yourself, and I don't always have the best balance, so I love to bring my trekking poles for these instances.
Sometimes even when you're going downhill, sometimes you still gotta go uphill. As we always say, it's all downhill from here, except for the uphill parts. So Michelle found some more alpine huckleberries. So she wanted to stop and pick a few. Now I'm going to do kind of a little pan here, kind of show you where we're at. Again, we're still making our way that way. And you can't even see, we're way up that way when we started this morning.
Found a few.
A few.
I was gonna let Robert have these. Hopefully we find some more down the trail.
Huckleberries. Oh man, those are sweet. Those are really good. Yes, they're really small because these are the alpine ones, but they are still very delicious. Oh, we're back at the West Fork. Guess we'd call this the home stretch. As you can see, pretty smoky. Top of that, we got storm clouds floating around us now too. So that's the way we got to go.
And maybe next time we go to Hinman Lake.
Put that on our to-do list. Well, we were just through here yesterday, and these blowdowns, there's this one here. There's another group just up the trail there, about 25 yards. Yeah, these weren't here yesterday. Easy peasy. Sometimes you cross the creek, sometimes the creek is the trail.
Actually feels really good on the feet. My feet are toast right now.
Still got a ways to go, love.
I know. Sketchy.
Well, this has been the story of the day. Lots of fresh blowdown across the trail. There's our trail and all the blowdown. Now we gotta try and pick our way through there, get back on the trail. Well, that was fun. Wonder how much more of this we get to do. Well, give you another view of the West Fork here, because our journey is almost done. Kind of hard to see, but up there is the trailhead, and then once we get there, our trailer's just a little over half a mile from there, and we got to go down and across that trail, and then of course, as always, you got to end with an uphill. And tell you what, we are whooped. We have been bushwhacking, climbing over, under, around, tons and tons of blowdown. I would say 50.
I have no idea.
I mean, I lost count, but I'd venture to say around 50 trees came down in last night's storm. And of course that meant we had to figure out how to get by them. So we're a little pooped, and we're still not back yet, but almost there.
Besides the fact that my feet are thrashed.
Yeah.
We had to go across a lot of scree and rock and stuff today.
Yeah.
And yesterday. So in the last 2 days, a lot of scree and rock, and this crushed granite, which, you know, is not great on the feet either. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my shoes off and maybe even soaking them in something. Woo! We made it! Yes! 2 days, like 27 miles in 2 days, I think. Something like that.
Pretty darn close.
It was a butt kicker.
So we didn't do our normal little, you know, finish line. To be honest with you, the wind kind of keeps gusting, and I was afraid it'd knock my little camera over off the little mini tripod. So, but we made it. We got a little over a half mile now to get back to our trailer, and then something to eat.
Food, yes! Tacos for me!